Addod Solutions. Add-on desired.
Hello viewers, welcome to Addod Solutions Daily Current Affairs. I'm Lokesh Penugonda. This session is designed for aspirants who are preparing for banking, groups and such as the competitive examinations. We cover news articles from both the Hindu and the Indian Express. Make use of this session. First, we have an article where the Union government has stated it has placed fresh orders for 44 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses. Earlier, we have seen how the Union government has ordered 30 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses from a firm called as Biological E. And we have seen how this firm is producing COVID-19 vaccines under the name of Corbevax. And now the Union government has stated that it has placed an additional order of 25 crore of Covishield doses and 19 crore of Covaxin doses. So 25 crore from Covishield, 19 crores from Covaxin. Combinedly, it is 44 crore. So the Union government on the whole has ordered nearly 44 plus 30, that is 74 crore COVID-19 vaccine just in the last 1 week. And we also already have seen how the Serum Institute of India is producing the Covishield, whereas the Bharat Biotech, which is first ever indigenously producing COVID-19 vaccine, is developing the Covaxin in the country. This is with respect to this article. And you should also know that the biological firm E is not entirely developing this Corbevax. You should know that the US based Baylor College along with a biopharmaceutical company called as Dynavax. So the Baylor College, which is a US based medical college, along with Dynavax, which is a pharmaceutical company, is combinedly developing this Corbevax, whereas Biological E firm is only doing phase 3 trials in India. Next, we have an article dealing with the Union Territory of Ladakh. The administration of Union Territory of Ladakh have stated that from now onwards, only those people who are residents of Union Territory of Ladakh can be entering into Union Territory of Ladakh's government services. That means if you are not a person who are resident of Union Territory of Ladakh, then you cannot enter into the government service under this Union Territory. So what may be the reason behind this? First is to provide jobs to the local people. Next is to protect the culture of the Union Territory of Ladakh. So we know that Union Territory of Ladakh has a unique culture. To protect its culture, the administration might have taken such a decision. Next, we have an article dealing with a scheme of Andhra Pradesh government. This scheme is titled as Jagananna Todu scheme. So this is a scheme launched by the Andhra Pradesh government. This is to provide interest-free loans. Interest-free loans to people mainly from the small traders. That means people who are petty vendors, artisans and small traders will be able to get interest-free loans from the banks, so that they don't have to take loans from private vendors at huge interest rates. And the Andhra Pradesh government is stating that 370 crore rupees have been given to 3.7 lakh small traders as interest. That means their interest is being reimbursed by the government of Andhra Pradesh. This is the second phase of the scheme. Next, we have an article dealing with the tax revenue earned by the union government. So we have the financial year 21, which has ended on March 31st of 2021. And for the financial year 21, the union government was able to get nearly 20 lakh crore as tax revenue. You should know that this is an amount which the union government got in just 1 year. And you should also know that this is an amount which is higher than the tax revenue the union government was getting even before the pandemic. So before the financial year 21, we have the financial year 20, and even in this year, the amount that is nearly 20 crore was not that much. So what we can understand is that even when there is pandemic, even when there is loss of lives and loss of livelihood, the union government is getting huge number of tax revenue. So what is the major reason for increase in the tax revenue compared to the earlier year? Experts have been pointing out that this increase in the tax revenue is mainly on the account of increase in the excise duties. Increase in the excise duties. So we have seen how the union government has been imposing numerous duties on petroleum related products and on other products, and we have already seen how the petroleum price in the Indian cities have reached 100 rupees a litre. A majority of this money is going to the union as various duties and taxes. So by raising duties, the union government is able to get huge number of taxes, and we'll see through which all sections of taxes the union government is getting this 20 lakh crore. The income tax alone is accountable for nearly 23.2% of gross tax revenue, whereas the corporate tax, that is the tax the corporates pay, accounts for nearly 22.6%. Apart from the income tax and the corporate tax, we have the taxes, we have the revenue which the union government is getting through the central GST, and later we have the union government getting money through excise duties. So what you need to understand is that the union government is getting a bulk of it amount through the income tax, corporate tax and the central GST. Next we have an article dealing with the new norms released by the Ministry of Education for digital content. Last year, when the COVID pandemic has struck the country, students, especially the school and the college going students, have to shift from physical classes to virtual classes, and many students, especially the disabled ones, could not use the digital content which is present on the websites because of their disabilities. So to prevent such a problem the disabled children are facing, the Ministry of Education has come out with new norms and guidelines that needs to be followed by all educational institutions. And apart from this, the article is also talking about the platform Diksha. So what is this Diksha platform which is mentioned in this article? Diksha is a platform of the Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education. It was started in the year 2017. Diksha stands for Digital Infrastructure for School Education. Diksha stands for Digital Infrastructure for School Education. So from the name itself we can understand that this is a platform which will provide digital infrastructure that would be required to take online classes. So it will be helpful to both the students and the teachers to take online classes through this platform. You should know that this Diksha platform was set up by the NCERT. So it was set up by the NCERT, and the NCERT comes under the Ministry of Education. Next we have an article dealing with the QS World University Rankings. The QS World University Rankings. Based on various parameters, this rankings rank universities in various countries, and among the top 1000 universities that are ranked by this ranking, 22 are Indian. So we have 22 universities from India which have been ranked in the top 1000, and for the first time ever the Jawaharlal Nehru University, that is the JNU, has entered this list. So we have a small list of universities which are present in the top 1000 ranking. So we have the IIT of Bombay which has topped the ranking from India. So from the last few years the IIT Bombay is been topping this university rankings list from India. Next we have the IIT Delhi, Bengaluru, Madras and several other universities. Next we have an article dealing with the crackdown of fake medicines. Interpol, which is a international criminal police organization. Interpol is a international criminal police organization has conducted a operation. This operation is named as Pangea 14. So this operation is known as Pangea 14, and as a part of this operation it has cracked down on many fake medicines and websites that are being used for selling fake medicines and fake medical related equipment. So in this article you can see that nearly 1.1 lakh web links including websites, online markets have been taken down by the police from nearly 92 countries. So nearly 92 countries have taken part in this operation. One among these 92 is India. The CBI, which is the Central Bureau of Investigation, is a nodal agency of Interpol. So we have the International Criminal Police Organization and we have various countries that will be acting as nodal bodies in their own countries. And from India, the CBI acts as a nodal body, and CBI have stated that it has participated and has taken down many fake medicine selling websites. Next we have an article where the Ranga Nagas have been demanding the autonomous council. So we'll see where the Ranga Nagas live. In this image you can see the Mikir Hills. So we have the Garo Hills, Kasi Hills, Jayantia Hills and later the Mikir Hills. And in the Mikir Hills live the Ranga Naga community. So they are a community who are living in the Mikir Hills, which comes under the state of Assam, and they have been demanding the state and the union government for the creation of an autonomous council so that their own members can take part in the administration, so that it will be helpful to develop the community. Next we have an article which is dealing with a launch of campaign by the Pyramidal Foundation in association with the Nithyayog. So we have Pyramidal Foundation and the Nithyayog, which has launched a new campaign called as Surakshit Hum, Surakshit Hum, Surakshit Tum campaign. Surakshit Tum campaign with the objective of providing COVID home care to 20 lakh citizens mainly living in rural areas of 112 aspirational districts. 112 aspirational districts. This campaign has been started. So we know that several people who are infected by COVID-19 might not have to go and stay in hospitals. They might be mildly affected and they might be asymptomatic. And to provide COVID home care kits to these 20 lakh citizens, this Pyramidal Foundation and Nithyayog in association has brought the Surakshit Hum Surakshit Tum campaign. Next we have an article dealing with a global sting operation conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So we have the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is the highest investigative agency of United States of America, and last year it has brought down 2 encrypted platforms, encrypted messaging platforms called as the EncroChat and SkyECC. So what are these encrypted messaging platforms? Criminal gangs all over use encrypted messaging platforms to communicate with each other and to communicate with their customers, so that they can sell or they can buy weapons, they can buy or sell drugs, and they can communicate for underworld hits. And last year, when these 2 encrypted messaging apps have been brought down by the FBI, that is the criminal gangs, are looking for new encrypted messaging platform, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation has launched a encrypted messaging platform called as ANOME. So this is an encrypted platform launched by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and criminal gangs have been using this platform for their illegal activities. As this is owned and developed by the FBI, it was able to get all the conversations these criminals are doing in this platform, and by using this information, it has helped nearly 16 countries to arrest nearly 800 suspects, and it has led to huge drug seizures and huge money and cryptocurrency seizure from the criminal organizations. You should also know about the operation the FBI has conducted. This operation is named as Operation Trojan Shield. So the FBI, using the messaging app Addod, has conducted an operation called as Trojan Shield to arrest all these people. Next, we have an article where there is a discussion regarding the UN Chief's second term. So we have the United Nations Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres. Mr. Antonio Guterres. He is ex-Prime Minister of Portugal, and from 2017 onwards, he has been working as the Secretary General of United Nations, and his term will end on January 1st of 2022, because the Secretary General post has a tenure of 5 years, and now he will possibly get one more term, as the UN Security Council, which has 15 members, that is 5 permanent members, 10 non-permanent members, has approved his name, and now his name will be going to the United Nations General Assembly, where he is most likely to be elected, because he is the only one who is contesting the election. Next, we have an article which is talking about conviction of the butcher of Bosnia. So we have a person named Ratko Mladic. Ratko Mladic is a former Bosnian Serb military chief. He is the head of a military group of the Bosnia country, and in the war of 1990 to 1995, he is accused of numerous human rights violations, including genocide, and the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia has formally convicted him. So there was a war in 1990 to 1995, and in this war the Bosnia country has participated, and he, that is the Ratko Mladic, is the head of this Bosnia country's military group, and he is accused of numerous human rights violations, including genocide, including killing of thousands of Muslims in the Europe. And the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, which is a tribunal of United Nations, has formally convicted him, stating that he is indeed responsible for killing of thousands of innocent people. And with this, we have come to the end of this session. Inform about Addod Solutions initiative to your other aspirant friends. Thank you for watching.
Addod Solutions. Add-on desired.